Hello, church. How are you doing today? Sorry for all the difficulties that we had last Sunday with our service. I know it can be frustrating when, in the middle of worship, all of a sudden the entire thing shuts down. We've been able to re upload the service, and so if you haven't had a chance to watch it, then you can do so by looking at our channel and finding the video there. But that's not the reason why I have this video for you today. What is this? A video on a Tuesday? Well, this is something that I've been meaning to do for a long time. As I kind of shared on Sunday, I've been finding it difficult not being able to hear and see you guys or interact with you in any way. Of course, having service online together is very good, but waiting from Sunday to Sunday to be able to share any time with you feels very long and feels sort of distant. And so one small idea I had was to start this series. I want to share with you some worship songs that have been speaking to me. Whether they're new or they're old, songs that God has been using in my life in order to encourage me. And hopefully by sharing these songs, they can be a blessing to you as well. So today the song that I'd like to share is called Beautiful Things by Gungor. Now, what makes a good worship song? You could point to a whole bunch of different things. Is the music uplifting? Do the lyrics really say something meaningful? What does this song share about who God is? And how has the song intersected with your life? Now, Beautiful Things is a song that has kind of touched on all of the above for me. It's not really a new song. It's been out since 2010. In fact, I think it was nominated for an Emmy for Best Christian Song or something along those lines. But when it came out at the time, it really spoke to me on a number of levels. For one, the music was pretty different. As you know, a lot of worship songs these days start to sound the same. They have the same chords, use the same instruments, create the same kind of atmosphere. Well, this song was a little bit different than that, and so maybe that's one of the reasons why it kind of grabbed my attention. Secondly, what are the lyrics saying? It's talking about a life where we live in pain and struggle and challenge. Looking around, it might seem hopeless at times, but we find hope in God, who creates beautiful things out of dust. Referring back to when God created Adam in Genesis 3 out of the dust. If God can create something as beautiful as humanity from something as simple and as plain, as lowly as dust, then surely he makes even more beautiful things out of us. God, who finds us beautiful, spoke volumes to me back then. Around the time when it came out, it was around the time when I was having all my struggles with what is my future going to look like? Trying to understand what my identity was in God. Especially when I looked at my own life and I looked at the way that I was living my life, seeing not much progress when it came to my relationship with Christ. When I pictured who I wanted to be in the future, it was always very different from who I was in the present. And on top of that, it never seemed like I was getting any closer. Can I really change? Can something beautiful come out of this life of mine? Later on, when God turned my life around and when I started going to school again in Tyndale, they ended up actually using this song in one of their worship services. And again, it was at that moment, it was just a reminder that God, indeed, he has begun creating something beautiful in something as lowly as my life back then. I will put the link to the original song in the description below, and you can check it out. I encourage you, and hopefully it speaks to you as it's spoken to me. I'll share the song with you now, and may it be a blessing unto you today. All this pain, I wonder if I'll ever find my way. I wonder if my life could really change at all. All this earth, could all that is lost ever be found? out of the dust. You make beautiful things. You make beautiful things out of us. All around, hope is springing up from this old ground. Out of chaos, life is being found in you. You make beautiful things. You make beautiful things out of the dust. You make beautiful things. You make beautiful things out of us. Oh, you make beautiful things. You make beautiful things out of the dust. You make beautiful things. You make beautiful things out of us. You make me new. You are making me new. You make me new. You are making me new. You make me new. You are making me new. You make me new. You are making me new. You make beautiful things. You make beautiful things out of the dust. You make beautiful things. You make beautiful things out of us. Oh, you make beautiful things. You make beautiful things out of the dust. Oh, you make beautiful things. You make beautiful things out of us. Well, I hope that that song was an encouragement. And like I said, I'm hoping to make a series out of this as a means for us to connect. One of the ways that you can participate is that if you have any worship songs that you would like to share with the rest of the congregation, along with maybe a testimony or a story about how that worship song has spoken to you, we'd love to hear how God has been working in your life and to be able to share that as an encouragement and as a blessing to all of our brothers and sisters here at TFGC. And so message me if you have anything that you'd like to share. Anyways, I'm hoping to share another video in a few days, and so be on the lookout for that. But until then, I hope you have a very great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.